Hello and welcome to another episode of Tipsy Gamers. Today we're looking at this beauty, the Hot Toys Heavy Infantry Mandalorian, also known as Paz Vizsla. And we're looking at the Black Series counterpart as well, but just look at how incredible this guy looks. He's large, he's beefy, he has incredible detail. I mean, it's just immaculate. I watched the show and every single little scratch, every single, just anything is perfect on this guy. Like, this figure is just bloody incredible. I mean, you saw those boots even look great. And look at that flamethrower. Like, bloody hell, that paint treatment is just next level. Except for this knife. This knife is absolutely horrid. The handle looks great, but the blade does nothing. It's supposed to be a vibro blade, and it's just a drab piece of gray. Like, that's the only part that just frankly sucked on this figure. Everything else though is fantastic. That is my only critique. I mean, this guy can be displayed in really so many different ways. The display base, actually, I will critique a little later. Could be better, but it actually, I mean, he doesn't fall off of it, so I'm thankful for that. I mean, but look at this, the barrels of this rifle. Not even a rifle, just a minigun. The minigun looks great. The attachment that goes from the minigun to the jetpack looks fantastic, and it has a wire in it, so you can really do whatever you want with that. I mean, this figure is absolutely incredible. I was giddy opening this because it looks just so amazing. I mean, the blue is piercing, and I love the stitch work on it. That really just sells it. And that jetpack also looks absolutely fantastic, and it's drastically different from what any other Mandalorian has. The gauntlet has great detail. Again, there's no part of this that isn't detailed wonderfully, except for that knife. Now here is the jetpack accessory, which these are great because if you go into Photoshop and you use this as your basis, you can create some amazing flame effects with it. They just attach right on, and you can have him flying up to go salute Mando or just rain down destruction upon his enemies. I mean, this guy takes up some shelf space, though. That minigun is not small by any means. Now we do have the Black Series Beskar Mandalorian down there, so you can get a sense of scale. And here's the Black Series Heavy Infantry Mando, which is actually pretty well detailed. Of course, the barrels are not separated, but due to the scale, that could have led to them breaking, so I kind of understand that. But it's actually pretty well detailed. I mean, especially the gauntlets on both of them look fantastic, and I'm surprised that the Black Series one had as much detail as it did. Like, all in all, considering this is a lot of new pieces, and this is not a mold that they just were like, let's just change the paint app a little and call it a new figure. They had to do a lot of work for this one, and they really created something special. Although I do believe this was a $30 figure, if memory serves me right. I mean, this is probably one of Hasbro's best figures that they've put out as well. And this actually isn't the only time that Hasbro reused this design. They also used him as part of the credit collection with some of the original concept art as the basis for the paint app. Obviously, I didn't pick it up because it looked a little too similar. And plus, I wanted this guy, who looks incredible flying, but I'm too paranoid to leave him in flight. He will be standing on his base. I mean, he demands shelf presence. I'm just in love with this guy. Although he is somewhat difficult to get on the flight stand. It was kind of harrowing. And yes, that pose needed some work, but my first time with a flight stand. I'll get better. I hope. Just from any angle, this guy looks absolutely incredible. I mean, if you have the chance to add this one to your collection, either Black Series or Hot Toys form, I would say go for it. I I mean, you can do so much with this to really make it look like it is lifelike. This is just an incredible piece. Thank you so much for joining us for this episode of Tipsy Gamers. Be sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you're not subscribed to the channel yet, and comment what else you want to see us unbox. Up next is the commander of the 212th Attack Battalion himself, Commander Cody, and we'll take a closer look to see how Hot Toys Clone Trooper line is, and if you should be pre-ordering Captain Rex, the 501st Deluxe, etc. anytime soon. And before the episode comes out, I would recommend going and pre-ordering those immediately. Thank you again for joining us, and have an amazing remainder of your day.